I made this Adventure Time We Are Cinema Boys parody thing, and I'm gonna walk you through exactly what I did at all the points in the thing to make this thing a reality. I'm not playing the audio right now because I'm speaking while it's playing, but I am going to walk you through every little bit, this guy, that guy, all the things, and show you how I gosh darn did 'em, shtabam, and that's kind of it. So first of all, we've just got a simple shot. Also, I took the audio from, like, just the actual intro. Like, all this audio is just from the actual Adventure Time intro. And it's just a shot of me zooming in to the cinema we've got. So it's like, very simple. And then it fades into the center of the cinema as it zooms. And at the end of that shot, I actually use the pan and crop tool to, as you can see, there's some keyframes here. That's because at some point, oh yeah, just throughout the whole thing I'm kind of zooming in, like extra zoom, just to get that, I don't know, just to get an extra zoom. And like at the end it kind of goes like right onto that door for when it fades into the black. This shot could have been done a bit better. I could have used my phone camera. Maybe it would have turned out a bit brighter. I had to really crank up the knobs on the brightness and contrast with this one to get anything to be seen. But you can see something. Sorry, oh shit, I just selected a thing wrong. Let's stay this way. Okay. So as you can see here, there's a couple things going on. And the main thing about this shot is that it's actually two shots. It's actually two recordings. So as you can see, there's just kind of this guy. Oh my god, it's actually completely dark here. But basically, I masked out like half of one, and I moved it kind of to the side a bit, and I did the same with the other side. So that and then like I kind of put a little fade. I put a little fade here on the edge of the mask so that it kind of looks not ridiculously like cut off or whatever. Because if I didn't have a fade, it would look like this, and you could tell that. So I just have a fade on there. Just to make it fade. Wow, cool, broski. And then, you know, whatever, it's because we didn't have a third person with us to actually film both of us, so we both filmed each of us individually in different seats so that I could just edit it to make it look like we're both beside each other in the cinema. Because this is We Are Cinema Boys, so obviously zooming up to us sitting in the cinema would be the thing that makes the most sense to put in here in this little Adventure Time parody. So whatever, and then actually for the sound here, so it's a Jacksepticeye sound effect, except if you want to have a look at the original sound here, if we play the original sound, it sounds like this. So I don't know if I have my volume up enough for you to actually hear that well, so let's just... So it's a very, very, like, loud and kind of consistently loud sort of smash, and it's very compressed in comparison to a normal, like, I hit something and it sounds like... Because it's not just the hit, it's like the sustain of it or whatever it's significant, so it sounds very compressed. So we will go back here. So what I did was I took the Jacksepticeye sound effect, which I use in like all of my videos for some reason, because I love it, and I just applied a lovely little bit of funny little bit of compression to it, and we can't see it because it's not loading properly. Great, cool. I'll unpause when it's loaded. Alright, so this is what it looks like. It's very like, wow, look at that. It's a big bulbous boy, and that's kind of exactly what I wanted for that, to get that whoosh instead of like a whoosh kind of thing. So that's that. Okay, we can close that down now so it doesn't crash me anymore. Woohoo, I hope this is still loaded into the RAM. No, it's not still loaded into the RAM. Lovely, I'm going to load it back into the RAM so that you can see it, because we want to see it. Okay, so basically while that's loading into the RAM, as you can see here, this little guy is just one little guy. However, he's not one little guy. This guy is a Vegas Pro project. This little guy, it's its own little Vegas Pro project, which I have imported to Vegas Pro, so we can import that. I didn't even render it. I just stuck in the Vegas Pro project. So this is this guy. This is that little guy there. This is what that guy actually looks like on the inside. So I'm going to go through it layer by layer. So it looks pretty normal now. So I'm just going to go step by step. So what I have here is the normal looking guy, and I think he's a freeze frame or something. And basically all I did was I did a little mirror thing. Come on, I said I did a little mirror thing and just did this. Oh, boom, look, now most of it kind of looks okay. And then I put a little bit of white on top of that to make it, to get rid of that, just so that it looked cool, I guess. Like, so that that stuff was gotten rid of, because I do not want that stuff. And then, I don't know what this layer is for. Oh, I do know what that layer is for. See, this layer here, this third layer, see, I'm going through layer by layer. I went through this guy, and now this guy. So, this layer is just showing, like, Finn and Jake kind of flying up. So that's just so that they can fly up without the text being shown. So that's, see, if you see here. Oh, sorry. There we go. So that's what's happening there, essentially. We can do this guy, and then, there we go. So now, next layer, what's this guy doing? More white text? Oh, sorry, yes. This guy's cool. So this guy, if we go into him, he's not exactly white. He's like kind of white. He's kind of, basically it's the same color as this little banner, because, as you can see, it gets rid of the text. So I've just sort of masked specifically over that for each frame. So it just it, like if I do a little fade here, you will see that it kind of, hang on, if I fade it in a little more, you will see that it tracks the text, and only the text. So I just did that manually by like kind of, I think I might have had it like faded over it, or I might have just sort of like done it by, but anyway, by the way, if you use Vegas Pro, I recommend using, turning this on sometimes when you're doing things like this, because then if you click the cursor on one place here, up here, it'll change it over down here as well, and you'll be able to see it, what that sees, I guess. So that's handy if you want to use it, but you don't have to use it all the time, and sometimes it can be irritating if you just have it on and you accidentally, and you don't know you have it on, so on and so forth. But yeah, that's a cool little thing. I was just look, if we go into the mask here, that's kind of just me adjusting the shape every time. Look, I just change the shape to stick it in there and not make sure there's not any errors. Then we got this layer, which is the text, the replacement text on top of it. So I was just kind of stretching that text differently for each frame so that it kind of fits on there. Like, see, as it's kind of stretched. And what I use for that, let's see what I use for that. I use the deform thing. So I just have different frames, and I just adjusted the deform kind of thing. Like, it looks like I'm using these two guys a bunch. Yeah, I'm just adjusting these two guys to do that, to make it kind of curve at the sides. Oh shit, I just clicked a different thing. No. But yeah, that's what I did, and I just automated that. By the way, if you don't know how to automate in Vegas Pro, it's literally just, well, in this particular thing, all you have to do is press this little, oh, well, the button isn't there anymore because it's being animated. If I just click this, okay, I don't know how to, okay, never mind. I'm not going to demonstrate this because it's too hard to demonstrate it while it's already happening. So ignore what I just said. Woohoo! Moving on. This guy doesn't seem to do anything, does he? I don't know what that guy is. Oh, this is just the text. Is it? No, it's not. What the hell? Hang on, where? I don't know what's going on here. Oh, the reason, see, I unmute it, but it's not being unmuted because this guy is a child. As you can see here, there's this button. So that this button makes a thing a child to the guy above it. And when something's a child, it means you have this guy here. And if you click this guy and you move it around, it moves both of the guys around at the same time, instead of just moving one guy, moving one guy with like a little animation thing. So I'm just saying for the people who don't know, and a lot of people might not know, and a lot of people might not care. So let's move on. Anyway, and basically when you mute or unmute, it doesn't really matter unless this guy's unmuted, because then you can see both of them. But then if I mute this guy, then if I mute this guy, look, only one of them's there, but if I unmute it, boom, they're both there. So basically, this is just, I cropped out our faces and stuck it onto the guy, and I just kind of, I moved it, because they both move at the same kind of rate, I just, that's why I have them parented or whatever, so that I can just use this guy to move them both as it goes along. So like, shtabam, whatever. Next up, we got the text, which is just still text. That's all it is. I just did the text with the text thing that you use to make the text. I actually used, I actually used this guy. Okay, cool. Apparently I used that guy. Cool. So it's just, I got the Adventure Time logo font. Of course, it's not as detailed as the thing because it's a font and it's not an actual cool guy or whatever. But yeah, look, I used a shadow. I used the outline, which are all options in here. What it do. And then we unmute the guy above that, and he is the sword. And as you can see, the sword is above it there. So what I did was, I got the text again and put a bit of the text on top of it. And the way I did that is just this. I just masked in a couple of squares of it so that they're just the squares that cover it, and like, oh look, it looks cool now. Woohoo! And that's that entire section basically. I tried to press the pause button and press the focus button. And I literally just clicked and dragged in the Vegas Pro project for that, and it's just this one guy in there. So what it do? And I also have the RAM preview done, I think. Shit, I'm a boy. Yeah, so it looks, so you can actually see it happen in a better thing. Watch. Now we see it in okay. I love how my fucking stupid ass motherfucking exposure thing is silly. Haha. Alright, okay. Wow! Oh my god, now the exposure is locked at very high exposure. That's cool. Let's lock it. Lock the exposure. Sorry for that silence there, guys. I'm just doing some epic stuff. Maybe I should have paused it while I was doing it, but whatever. Anyway. So, there we go. That's it. That's what it looks like. Woohoo! A lovely finished product that we have. And then it's actually just a clip. So I'm basically in the original dude, you got Finn and Jake. Jake goes and like hugs Finn's face or whatever. So I got a clip of Dara grabbing me in a radical review. And then next guy is just us walking, because it's just Finn and Jake going on a journey, walking. And then next we got these guys, which I just did in the original project instead of opening another project. So what we've got here, we've got the original clip. So it's literally just the original clip. And then on top of it, I just got like, I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. So basically, on top of it, it looks like I just... Oh, wait. Hang on. Why is the text showing up? Oh, on top of it, it's just a text. It's just text. It's not even the clip. It's text. So on top of it, if we show what... This is basically what's on top of it. So I've just I've got a text thing, and I've applied a background color. So instead of it being a transparent background, it's the same color. I clipped it. I clicked this button and made it the same color as this guy. And then I cropped it with the... also, I love how these guys are organizing themselves very neatly. Like, I love Vegas Pro and how it organizes itself to just not be good sometimes. It's lovely. Anyway, so as you can see at the start, Dara isn't in it. It's just these guys that are blocking out Finn's face and a bit of text, I think. And then, shtabam, Dara's thing comes in. Because in the intro, the guy... yeah, see, look, there's no text at the beginning of the intro, but then text comes in. So that's essentially what that's doing there. So let's go next layer. So that's Dara, just, text. Then next layer is also another one of those parent things, so I'm going to have to select them both to be on. So it's literally just a green screen of Dara. This is a more complicated way of doing green screen than before. I might not get into that, but essentially these two layers are mostly the same as just applying one chroma key or effect. So you can imagine that as one layer. I'm just doing this funny little masking thing with it, using this guy to mask instead of just to show it. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. You can ignore that. I won't be getting into those beans. But yeah, you can just use a normal chroma key thing on one clip to achieve this effect. But yeah, I just chroma keyed Dara's face in. Of course, I recorded him against a blue background with something blue beneath him, and just kind of what I did was I just a lovely technique of just piling a bunch of chroma keyers on top of each other to get a more accurate thing instead of having a bunch of like stuff taken out of his face, which is just a lovely little technique that you gotta gosh darn do. And then I think we gotta move on and see what the final product is like. So what's the guy at the top there? Oh yes, this guy at the top. I sort of chroma keyed out the Finn the human text, because he's not a dog, he's a human. So it's like Dare the human and Liam the human. So I just took this guy, I chroma keyed it, and I put a shadow underneath it with this guy. There's a shadow effect in here. Look, I just took the 2D shadow thing and added a shadow. Lovely stuff. That's what I did to this. To this text. So as you can see, I changed the color. And I added a little black shadow around it. Of course, the shadow looks very much like a outline instead of a shadow. And how I did that was I just turned up the intensity to 100 and I made the blur really small. And that's how you achieve that effect in Vegas Pro without having to do a bunch of bullshit with shadows. That's a really cool technique that I think anyone with Vegas Pro should know for making thumbnails with Vegas Pro and stuff like that, because it's something I haven't realized for ages, and it's really something that I've wanted for ages. So now you know it. Cool. Dara the Huh. So now it looks like this. Dara the human. And like I kept in the little animation thing that goes like like out from it, like the little 3 dots that go like. And then this is just the same thing. This is just the same thing as before, except for some reason my face is here at the beginning. I don't know why. I should probably fix that. I will fix that before this is uploaded. I'll make a mark here saying, fix. There we go. I'll remind myself to fix. So it's basically the same thing, same stuff going on here. Except I don't replace any text apart from the Liam bit. And then the final piece. The piece de resistance or whatever. It's the final piece. The final piece, we scroll it. Oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, shit and fucking. Alright, so this guy, yet again, is another Vegas Pro project instead of a video file. So we can go inside and see what it do. So this is what, shit, fucking, fuck off, cunt. Anyway, so this is what it looks like. Shtabam! And it's got the We Are Cinema Boys text floating in. This is what I did I finished it last night, I think. And then we can go into the trial version reminder. That's the trial version of Vegasaur, which is an extension. Which, I don't know, it seems to reset the trial every so often for no reason. Like, I didn't actually, that's the one thing I didn't pirate in my entire computer. And it just, like, makes itself work every month or whatever. Anyway. So on the base we've got just, okay, so we got something funny going on here. Something funny going on here, guys. This isn't the base. Okay, this is the base. The base is just the normal intro. So, look, it's the normal intro, Adventure Time. So literally, if I took away the base, you got nothing. I literally just have the Adventure Time thing so I could just reference at a particular moment. So I could just click and like, look, is it looking like it? That's why I have that there. And then next layer, what do we got? We just got, is this the same thing? Oh, okay. So this is like the same as that layer, except at this moment, when the sword goes in, it changes to this screenshot of everything. Because as you can see, if we enable everything, this is what everything looks like. And then it just cuts to a screenshot of everything on that particular layer, just to make things work better. So it just cuts to a screenshot of everything at that point, which I took with this guy and saved it as a PNG so that it is lossless, I guess. We'll get to this in a moment because this I'm really proud of this, like personally. As you can see, there's this guy who is like at 0 opacity, so you can't see it, and there's a reason for that, and you'll see in a minute. I just left it there. Anyway, third layer is this guy. So this guy, he kind of changes over time. Does he? He does change. He changes in that instant. So the reason he changes is because basically this is to allow for the text to not be seen when it is coming in. And I just kind of adjusted it with a mask or whatever. Like I just adjusted the mask like at this moment, because this is a moment where Finn has both his hands directly up, so I can squeeze it tighter, and also the text is about to come in, and like kind of, as you can see, the text gets really close to him, like there. So that would have been seen if I didn't shrink the boy over here. You see? Hang on. So there. Now it looks like that, and it's like woohoo! It looks like that. Cool. So then, next layer is just my face. It's just my face. It's just the same thing I did before, except it's more specific movements. I didn't do any parenting stuff. It's just a really specific movements, and also I did a bit more masking. I changed the masking a bit when he turns his head around. Also, he only comes in when he turns his head around, as you can see here. So at the moment he turns his head around, you see the guy. He's masked in like kind of halfway, and I kind of just move it as it goes. I go frame by frame because it's only 25 frames per second, and it is animation, so it looks better if you do it that way. Did the same thing for Dara as you do. And the next layer after me and Dara is the text, which I just rotated it. I did a bit more. It was a bit more detailed than just rotating it. It would have looked fine if I just rotated it, but I purposefully I made it. I think I just like tried to enable these two guys so that I could like put it on top of it. Yeah, look, see, I think I tried to make sure at particular points that it was like kind of in line with the original, as you can tell. So like in line with the original. I just had that on just to see. So and then it pops in and then it comes down. I actually haven't put in a little credits thing. I might actually do that before I do that, but that's just a simple bit of text. Should be alright. Nothing wild or whatever. I'm recording this before I'm uploading the video because I want it to be recorded before. And then the sword. Okay, so we'll just enable everything again. So the sword again. The sword. Oh, by the way, the sword. It's literally just I Microsoft painted out the sword. Except you know what? I could have just taken this thing. I could have just taken maybe. Anyway, so basically, I took a screenshot of earlier in the intro. Let's see. So I basically took a screenshot of the original version of this, and then I sort of like copy and pasted bits of the sword over the text, and then cut around the sword, all in Microsoft Paint to just get the sword isolated, because I couldn't get this particular sword on its own from Google Images. Again, I might make like a video full of like all this stuff, like all these resources, if you ever want to make your own Adventure Time intro parody yourself. So I might do that in the future. Anyway, so whatever. This guy over here. Yes, we are. So this is the sword. Wait, hang on. What are we doing? We're doing the sword. Okay. So now, oh, what the hell? Why is there still stuff? There's still stuff? Are you shitting me? Anyway. So whatever, I did a similar thing with the text with the sword where I just I looked at the lower layer. I might, see, the sword kind of looks a little weird. But if you turn up the quality, it looks a little better. Because it's Microsoft Paint and not Paint 3D. Maybe if I import it to Paint 3D, it'll look better. And whatever, who cares? So, it's got a little bit of white around it from like just being from Microsoft Paint and chroma keyed and everything. But anyway. So it just comes in, just animates itself in. And I did a similar thing as before, again, with the text, where the still text has a bit of text in front of it, like, watch. I did that same thing again, and I just copied and pasted the position. So, like, the position of this text at the end, I went in here, I copied this end boy, and I pasted it into this guy so that he's in the same position, and the mask remains the same, so it's like the sword's all good. And then it's all good, and that's just that. And then I didn't fade it out until I actually just closed this. And then I went in here, and I faded it out at the end. Or did I? Maybe I did fade it out inside the project. Maybe I did. Oh, sorry, I forgot to show you the coolest part. Oh, shit. Oh, the coolest part. Time for the coolest part. Alright, let's go. Coolest part. I'm pretty happy with this part that I'm about to show y'all. All right. Oh yeah, see, watch. For fading out, if you've got like a load of things to fade out instead of just one like layer of stuff to fade out, my recommended practice is just to fade in actual black on top of everything. It looks better for just all-purpose kind of thing. So as you can see, bam, it just fades out to black for everything. Although this would have worked fine actually now that I think of it, because I'm literally fading out one thing. But whatever. So an all-purpose fade out is so that things don't go opaque as they fade out, which things can do. Anyway, the next part is super epic. So in the Adventure Time intro, this happens, the sparkle thing happens. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna show you to you in a way that you can actually see. Sparkle time, shtabam, and shtabam. All right, so watch. That guy happens. Wow, isn't that cool? Bam, sparkles. But I was like, I want to do this, but how? So what I did was, I took the guy from the very moment that the first sparkle comes in this layer. Ooh, now you can't see it, but now you can. And as you can see here, the edges are a little like colorful here, and that's because I cropped out each individual frame of the sparkle. So I got a little crop here, and I applied a slight feather, a slight kind of central feather. So I used this little guy at the center here, and I applied like a 0.4, 0.5 feather to each individual boy here. So as you can see, it's all tracked. And this guy I just left alone because it's like a flashy business, and I kind of just took that out because I can just do that with other stuff. And then, boom, more croppy beans. I just had to crop all these guys. And then, shtabam, and they get the twinkle and get the other twinkle. Beautiful stuff. But the thing is, obviously, you've got all these colors along the side, which would look kind of ruh-roh. So what I did was, I copied this whole thing. So I just selected all of these guys, Control A and Control C. Hang on, can you see that it's selected all of them? Yeah, there you go. So I Control A and Control C'd it. And then I turned off this guy, like, shtabam, faded it down to 0. And then, see, I'm switching my arms that I used to record, so now I'm using my left hand to use the mouse, which I don't usually do, so it's a little awkward. And then I pasted it into one big guy up here. I pasted the whole thing in there, so as you may be able to, but, and then these guys are like where I crop out and do like the flashy thing, so watch. Bam, 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 because it goes all flashy for a couple frames. But yeah, as you can see here, I copied the crop to just pure white, so that it looks like a pure white sparkle. And then, of course, for these frames, I just kind of, after pasting it all in, I just split these guys, and like I adjusted the opacity and the brightness to kind of create this flashy and dark and not dark effect to kind of make up with it, or to match up with it. Let's just, yeah, we'll keep that locked. Okay, lovely. And then it looks like this. It looks like the actual thing. Shtabam! Beautiful stuff. And then you got the twinkle, and then you got the other twinkle, and then you got the fade out with the black thing, fade to black, and that's the end of the intro. That is the end of the intro. That was a half an hour of shit. So I hope you found that cool. I guess let's play the intro one last time, just to send it off. Thank you for joining me on this epic thing. I might do more of these things in the future, or I might go through older things as well that I also did. Like I did an iCarly intro parody, so I might go through that. That was pretty fun to do. It was one of my earlier sort of 3D motion things that I did with Vegas Pro when I discovered, oh, you can move things in 3D space as well. That's cool. Anyway, so let's just play it one last time. I wonder if it's still in the RAM. I don't know if it is. Maybe? No, it's not. It's not still in the RAM. Oh, shit. You're not going to be able to see it very well. Well, at least you're seeing it in the way that I see it every time I fucking preview it. Wow, now it's really laggy because it's loading in a Vegas Pro project instead of a pre-rendered thing. Woohoo! Dare the human and Liam the human, and sometimes other humans, we are cinema boys. Oh yeah, before I go, I should discuss the music. The music is basically, I got a I took my sister's cheap ukulele over here, and I was like, I'm gonna look up how to play it, because I know how to hold strings with my hand, because I did a little bit of guitar last year. I just needed to figure out which strings do I press for the good things. And then I just looked up the dudes, the tabs or whatever for the Adventure Time song, and then I did it. This is very off tune because it's plastic strings. It's a cheapy little boy. But then I just recorded that, and then I wasn't fast enough, so I had to like split it and move it around a bit to make it work. Also, by the way, don't be afraid to use crossfades for your audio. It can make things work so much better than they would ever work before with something as simple as a crossfade. So don't be afraid to like crossfade in a little bit of kind of silent parts of audio, because if you cut into to like background noise from something completely silent, it's a lot more jarring. And that's just a general thing that I've been following for the past couple of years, and like it makes things flow so much better. Of course, crossfading between video clips for every cut, that's not a good thing. That does not look good or feel good. And then we've just got the audio layer for the green guy here is my voice. And also the rest of the original Adventure Time opening with all the Foley and everything. So it's like, hang on, let me turn that up. It's just me speaking into my microphone, and then this is me holding the ukulele or the microphone down to the ukulele while I strum it. We are cinema boys, come on, grab your boys, we'll go to the cinema. I don't think there's any processing on this, which maybe there should be because it's on my microphone. There might be, actually. I would expect so, but there isn't. So, fine, whatever. Usually I put some kind of compression preset on it, but it works, bro. Cinema boys, come on, grab your boys. We'll go to the cinema where they're the human and the other human. Sometimes other human. And like, if you really listen to the ukulele track, you can tell it's not as good. But it hits the right things at the right times, mostly because I edited it to be at the right time. And it sounds good, and it works, and I'm happy with it. So, there were one or two things, if I remember correctly, that I had to add in, like the thing at the end where it's like, created by this guy, and I had to edit a thing with my face being in the wrong position. But other than that, I'm good. I'm good for rendering and uploading at some point soon, and when I render and upload this is also going to come out at the same time as my We Are Cinema Boys episode with this intro parody on. So, thank you again for joining me. And I'll see you in another one. I'm trying to do more things with my alt channel, and this is one of those things. So, I might do one for the iCarly intro parody, which is on... I'll link in the description what video that intro parody is on. It's all We Are Cinema Boys. If I ever do an intro parody, it's usually going to be a We Are Cinema Boys episode that has it. And that's that. See you around.